Few people become legends in their own lifetime, win an Academy Award, numerous other awards, and countless golden discs. How many of us in the audience have a favorite Sinatra number, and how many of them are different? Well, that's Sinatra the artist, but I'd like to tell you a little bit about Sinatra the man, generous and warm-hearted. And I think about a Christmas that I spent in East Africa quite a few years ago when I was making a film there with Clark Gable and Ava Gardner. And Frank was with us. And it was getting near Christmas time, and I think we were all a little glum and gloomy about being away from home and loved ones. So Frank decided to take Christmas in hand. He disappeared for a few days and then returned from Nairobi with, I think, just about every Christmas ornament the city contained and the one Santa Claus suit. I think they tried to offer him a few capes for Father Christmas, but he wouldn't accept that. And he came back to the bush where we were on safari, and Christmas Eve we gathered in a clearing under a starry African sky, and there in the center was a huge, big mantelpiece. Frank even talked John Ford into reciting The Night Before Christmas to us, and this wonderful evening ended with 60 Congolese Africans, barefooted, with their blankets around them, singing French Christmas carols. It was a wonderful Christmas, thanks to Frank. Frank and I made one film together, High Society. Where I even had the nerve to sing a song. Of course, I was slightly supported by Bing Crosby. And that reminds me of a story. I suppose I can tell it. One time, Frank was in Monaco for a benefit for children, and he came to visit us, and there, proudly displayed, was a golden disc. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but if a song sells over 1 million copies, the company gives you a golden disc. And when Frank saw that, he said, "Whose is that?" And I said, "Mine." He said, "How did you get that?" I said, "High Society." He said, "Well, I was in that picture and I didn't get one." Then he turned to my husband. He said, "How do you like that? She opens her mouth once and gets a golden record, and I've been knocking myself out for 20 years and don't have one." Of course, that was long before Strangers in the Night and the many others that followed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Sinatra.
What a press agent.